to the show. This is hashtag Reality with Ashley. Today we're here in Captain Park. We'll be in conversation with one of the legend soccer players in South Africa by the name of Willard Katsande. Mr. Katsande, thank you very much for your time. My name is Ashley and this is hashtag Reality with Ashley. I just want to welcome you in this show, my brother. How do you feel to be part of this show?
Yeah, thank you very much, brother Ashley, and thank you for bringing me here. And hello to everyone, the fans of Reality with Ashley. Yeah, it's always good to engage. You know, the most important thing is to talk to people and say and know exactly, and people to know you better. They only know you maybe from a distance. So when you're in this kind of a show, it's a matter of getting to know me personally.
Thank you very much, Mr. Willard. You know, during the conversation today, we'll be focusing on your business, which is a team of Mboga, is Bosia Mboga,
Yes.
And we'll also focus on your journey as a soccer player. But let us start with this one of being a soccer player. But there is a question I want to ask you. Like, there are people in South Africa have a talent of being soccer player, but they don't know how to become a soccer player in one of the biggest team in South Africa. So we came here to seek a direction, and we do believe that you can give us that direction on how to become a soccer player on maybe I can say on Orlando Pirates or other biggest team in South Africa. So for a person in villages and in rurals, if he want to be a soccer player, what has to be done for him to be a soccer player on those biggest teams in South Africa?
Yeah, obviously, you know, as a footballer, the most important thing is to fall in love with football before try to be famous.
Yeah.
So wherever you are in the village or in the streets, you need to enjoy the game first.
Yeah.
Then the game will actually take care of you. So we have a tendency of thinking maybe if I see Katsande have made it at Kaizer Chiefs, thinking maybe it's an easy road to go. I know this one is a kid from the next door. He played there, but you never know, you know. So the most important thing I need to give, the advice I need to give to youth is they need to enjoy the moment. They must enjoy the being a youth, being a kid in the garden, to enjoy to play football before being too ambitious. Because when they're too ambitious and maybe the breakthrough takes long, you end up giving up. So the most important thing is wherever they are, they need to work hard and enjoy the moment and do the proper things, because football, there's no shortcuts. If you give your best, if you're good, you're good. Those big teams you just mentioned, they'll find you wherever you are if you're doing well. So the most important thing is to stay humble, listen to your elders, and work hard and wait for a chance. The process of football, people only sees you on TV.
Yeah.
It's painful.
Yeah.
The advice I can give to the younger ones, this road is not smooth.
Okay.
This path is very, very hard. It's dog eat dog. I don't know how to put it.
Yeah.
It's only roses when they see you on TV, but the work you put behind the scenes for you to be recognized, you need to be mentally strong. So it's a matter of convincing your mindset first, and before you made it at a bigger stage.
Okay. So you simply say there is a lot that is happening behind. Yes. So but now I just want to ask you, do you think it's important to be a soccer player, particularly if you are a boy child, if you are a boy? Do you think it's important for a boy to be a soccer player?
Yeah, obviously, you know, I would say yes, because I was a footballer.
Yeah.
But remember, football, we call it the most beautiful game. Football make it the tool to unite people in the country. Remember, even if Bafana is playing, everybody is rooting to Bafana, whether you are supporting this team and this team. But for that particular time, we're supporting number one team in the country, which is Bafana. So I would say football is interesting. Whoever, even you yourself, you try to play football.
Yeah.
You know, football is the easiest sport, but at the same time, it unites people. Football is just good. I mean, in our society. Remember when Corona came, took away football away from us. Remember, the world was very, very slow. But when football was back in back again. You
Yeah.
could see the world was moving a bit faster. So every child, he tries to play football. Even if you go to Abosia, Kolisi, they try to play football. They can tell you football is the easiest sport. So
Yeah.
every child, I can say, just go play football, because we need the next generation to win us World Cup.
That's great, Mr. Katsande. You see, like sometimes we just know people, but we don't know where they come from. We don't know where do they come from. But then I have a question. I just want to ask you: are you a South African or what? Yes, I really want to know. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
But now
Yeah.
I qualified, remember, because I have an ID, so I'm
Yeah.
half South African and half Zimbabwean.
Oh,
But
yeah.
originally, I'm from Zimbabwe.
You are from Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
And then when did you came to South Africa, and you've been here for how long?
I came to South Africa 2010. So I've been here 13 years, if I'm not mistaken, 13 to 14 years, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
So, but do you visit your family in Zimbabwe?
Yeah, obviously, during my playing days, I used to go June and December
Yeah.
to meet my family, but unfortunately, I don't go regularly because my mom died. Because I only had a mom, because my father died when I was 9. So
Yeah.
each and every time, every 6 months, when we have a break, PSL break, I
Yeah.
used to go home to see the family. So now it's difficult for me to go because there's no a lot of people there, and all my sisters left there. They are married.
But then you've been in South Africa for how long so far?
14 years.
14 years. You've
Yeah.
been here for a period of 14 years.
Yeah.
Okay. So how did you manage to be a soccer player in those South African big teams? You individually, you personally, how did you manage to see yourself maybe in one of the biggest soccer team in South Africa?
I'm a village boy.
Yeah.
Like I said, you have to convince your mind. Mindset is everything. So I didn't allow fame to be in my head, because at the same time, remember, if people tell you how good you are today and you stop working hard, tomorrow you don't put effort, tomorrow you start crumbling, people will tell you how bad you are again.
Yeah.
So you end up losing your playing position. So the most important thing, I used to focus on the one game at a time, one season at a time, because I used to put my own short-term and long-term goals as a footballer.
Yeah.
So I think it helped me. Like I don't dwell on what I did previous game. I only focus on the next match. How can I execute everything right in front of me, so that I can keep this job, so that my family can continuously benefit from being a footballer. So I came to South Africa to play football, to earn a living, because I grew up in a village whereby we didn't have anything. I used to stay in a shack.
Yeah.
Even academics, I didn't have much of resources to further my education. Even when I came to South Africa, I didn't even know how to speak the full sentence of English.
Yeah.
So that's difficult. So I knew that football would take me from point A to point B to C.
Yeah.
So those are the things drives me to want more in football, because staying in a big team here in South Africa is not easy. You all know, like there's so much criticism as each season passes. When you get to June, December, when there's a player movement, there's always this one must go, this one must stay, this one must go.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to find myself within those ranks, because I know that I need a source of income through football. So I had to give my best each and every time I get an opportunity. And sometimes I used to play with injuries, because when you don't play, somebody took your position and play well. And remember, when you come back, you have to sit on the bench. When you sit on the bench, people forget about you. They only focus on who is playing for that particular time. So it's something you have to teach yourself, like, you know what, even if I'm not well, I try to be well, so in order for me to survive.
So out of all teams you played with in South Africa, which one remain a best team? Yes, which one remain a best soccer team on you out of all teams you played with?
Best
As
team.
a soccer player, yeah.
Yeah.
Which one is a best one? Even you are no longer with them.
I know, clearly you already told me which team do I need to mention. No, I think because the most important thing is like the majority of my lifetime here in South Africa, I spent it with Kaizer Chiefs. Obviously, I'll single it out because I didn't move much. You know, like when I came here, I came to Ajax and I was there only 1 season. Then I go to Chiefs 10 seasons. Then I go to Skukune 1 season. So obviously, if I'm to mention team, I mentioned the team I spent the large part of my football life is Kaizer Chiefs, obviously.
Yeah.
And I've left a good legacy and I've won trophies. Because as a footballer, there's nothing beats winning trophies. Yeah. So I have to single out because I've enjoyed my time and I won many trophies there.
Yeah. Okay. So you already told us that the best of the best team in you is Kaizer Chiefs.
Yeah, of course, you know, Kaizer Chiefs is the best team in the world.
Yeah. Okay, so like as you mentioned, Sekhukhune FC. So I just want you to share with us the mood of being part of Sekhukhune FC, and maybe you can even tell us the sadness side of being part of Sekhukhune FC.
Yeah, obviously, you know, I don't want to lie. Sekhukhune United is a very ambitious team, and I'm very, very grateful that they put me in their books from day one of PSL till now. It's a growing team whereby you can see the direction. If you look at Sekhukhune United in 5 years' time, we'll be talking of something different. Because you can see in their recruitment, you can see what they are doing outside football, which is the activations around Limpopo. It's a plus. You don't know how much you're touching lives, and I'm enjoying being part and parcel of Sekhukhune United because remember we always also look at how Chiefs started about Tina and Ladla. We're still talking about them today. So I just wanted to also to be part and parcel of somebody who contributed towards Sekhukhune United to be a dominant force in the DSTV Premiership. So I cannot single out negativity out of Sekhukhune United because we are learning as each season passes, because we also want to be one of the best in the country. So we can only get lessons 1 or 2 whereby we didn't do it right, but the most important thing, we've covered the ground, and that's why I'm there. And with my influence, we try to bring people to be part and parcel of the family of Sekhukhune United. So far so good. We are heading the right direction, and I'm happy. And I'm also learning the culture of being in the Sekhukhune. You know, Sekhukhune can be a small name in the PSL or maybe in the South African football circles, but if you learn about the history of Sekhukhune United, you will know that this name is actually big. You know, especially when you go to Limpopo, Begersfort, when they take you through about how Sekhukhune United and how Sekhukhune is Sekhukune's history, that's when I start appreciating, like, okay. So for me, I feel like it's working hand in hand with the history of the district, Sekhukhune district of the king. So those are the things I'm learning each and every day. So every day I'm always there. I mean, after every 3 days, I'm always in Limpopo to actually continuously educate people where we want to be as a football club.
Yes, that's great. So tell me, out of all like when you look at on let us talk about the coaches in PSL. Out of all coaches in PSL, when you look at them, which one do you think he or she can be a best coach to coach our national team called Bafana Bafana? According to you, when you look at them, which one could be a better coach in Bafana Bafana from PSL?
From PSL, you're saying from PSL coaches, which one is gonna be?
Who can be a good coach to coach our national team Bafana Bafana? According to you? For me,
I wouldn't say much about that because we have a good national team coach and he made the team qualified for AFCON after a long time. So I don't think it would be nice for me to question that because the coach already done a great job, and I know based on his history with this tournament of AFCON, he's gonna actually make all South Africans happy. So for now, I wouldn't comment any PSL coach, wherever they are, they just need to continuously doing well with their clubs. They must just focus there and give everything. There's a national team coach. We just need to respect that. And he just qualified for AFCON. We need to celebrate that. We need to support all these PSL coaches. They need to support the coach we are having at the moment. I feel like the coach has been fair and they've been taking all the good players. If you perform good wherever you are, you stand a chance to be in the national team. So we need to respect the coach. Yeah. Okay, that's great. Ladies and gentlemen, you are currently watching #Reality with Ashley as we are here unfolding our very own soccer player who's a legend in the industry of soccer. But before I go further, I just want to salute one of his worker by the name of Rama Amos. Is it? Yeah, let me just recognize him as Amos Rama for now. But we'll carry on with the same name tomorrow or in future. So Mr. Katsande, I saw that you are an entrepreneur. So I just want to know, what kind of business are you running? I you know, the thing is, like I said, I grew up in a difficult circumstances. Yes. So when you get an opportunity to build yourself, you know, that thing of you know, to be someone who couldn't even get a bread on the table. When you get to an environment like here, football gave me the legacy, gave me the name, so it's easy for me to get connected to people. Because the most important thing, people in the business, people, they need your trust. So people have been trusting me through what I've done to football here in South Africa. They never had any scandal of me about anything in the media or whatever. The only thing they will hear is about football. So that one, I sit down and look at an opportunity whereby, like, one day I'll stop playing. What do I need to do in life? So let me start establishing what I need to do. So that's why we introduce what I've been doing, which is we have I can't say because that would be rude and disrespect to the team I work with. I have the team whereby we build Bossy and Boka. You understand? It's a clothing line whereby it's been doing well, and the reception we've been getting from people is overwhelming. I didn't know that in 1.5 years we'll be sitting right now, going around, looking around the whole nation, SADC as a whole. People talking about it. That means we have been doing something good. And also we're busy in the construction whereby we renovate the houses, you know. All this it's about try to change the game as a footballers, because remember they said footballers, when they stop playing, they can't even buy themselves a cup of coffee. So we want to teach the youngsters whereby if they fall in love with football, if they build their name, they can easily start even a catering company because of the trust again in the community, and the community with the fans of football lovers, they are there to support us. That one I can be the testimony of that, because to be where I am today is because of football lovers. They know exactly I'm doing something good. They just want to support one of their own, so that I'll be a good example to the next generation. So we're changing the game whereby when you stop playing, you need to keep on being relevant. All of us, we can be coaches. All of us, we can be pundits. All of us, we can be scouts. We have to venture into a lot of things. That's why I took myself in this path of having a clothing brand whereby a lot of people, they are being supportive. And I can't say they are clients, they are family of Bossy and Boka.
Which is this one you are wearing now. Can you just make so that people they can see it properly?
No, they do know.
Is this your brand?
Yes, they do know.
Okay.
They do know. Anyway, I mean, we've been getting a good reception, and we need to be grateful to people. All we can just say, continue supporting us. We're gonna reach the greater heights together. and be part and parcel of this journey, because without you we are nothing. All we just know is to come with the designs. Bossy Mboka belongs to people.
Yes. So like as you said now, you currently run two different business. You run this one of construction, and then you also run this one of brand, and this one of construction. The name of the one of construction is
Katsande Partners. And we also have the third party, third hustle, which is a soccer school. We have a Kitoko Soccer School, whereby we'll be teaching kids how to play football, and football is changing to how to make it into professional setup. So we want kids from 6 years to 16, whereby we teach them the basics, and whenever they are interested, they always get to us via our numbers and our socials.
Okay, so this one, you said this one you just said now is kind of foundation, or
no, it's a soccer school.
It's a soccer school. Like a person like me, I can wake up early in the morning and say, I just want to be a soccer player. So let me go to this school of.
Yes.
The name of that school you said is
Kitoko Soccer School. Kitoko Soccer School. Yeah.
Why you name it Kitoko?
No, it's something relating on representing me. I didn't want to use my name so it's something I've been using in my caption back then. If you've been following me, I've used to say Bossy Mboka Kitoko Makaza. So you can't qualify into a soccer school because you're old. We went from 6 years, 5 years to 16, so that from there 16 they are ready to go into professional football. Even if they have their clubs, when they are free, they come get lessons how to play football, how football is changing, how football,
and then also how to become a star.
Yes.
But now let us talk about this brand of your business called Bossy Mboka. Like as you said, it's a brand. So for people to be able to purchase your product, do you have a store, or they must go online? How can we purchase your brand?
Okay, no, what we do is we don't have a physical store at the moment. Like I said, we're still new, we're still starting. So the most important thing is to get into people. So we have an online store, and our online store link is www.bossiamboka.store. www.bossiamboka.store.
And then the contact details?
The contact details via WhatsApp is 069 5599 546. Then you can connect us with our WhatsApp, and also on our socials. We have a Facebook called Bossy Mboka page, at Bossy Mboka page, and we have Instagram, which is at Bossy Mboka _clothing. And we've got Twitter handle, which is at Mboka Clothing. So the reason why we wanted to start online is something whereby it's manageable, and see how the market goes, and see how much the community receives you. So we have a short-term goals, and we have a longer-term goals. So in the longer-term goals, that's where we're going to be looking on all those angles, so that we can be a dominant force. But the most important thing, you follow us on those links. You can get us, and we're gonna be responding very quick.
Okay, www.bossiamboka.co.za.
www.bossiamboka.store.
Okay, that's good. So what inspires you about Bossy Mboka, and why should the people of South Africa and the people in diaspora support your brand?
What inspires me is when you dress good, you feel good and you feel confident. And when I was young, regardless of resources, the most important thing to be presentable. So as a footballer, you want to go to a mall and bump into a kid, and the kid will see you, oh, this is Willard Katsande, oh, he's dressing nice. Then he wants to be like you. So I can't meet those kids just dressed in just something. They won't be inspired. So it's something I grew up loving, wearing clothes. Then I say, okay, this is exactly what I want.
Yeah.
Why can't I just channel my energy towards something you love? Because the most important thing, you won't feel tired when you do something you love.
Yeah.
You wake up doing something you love. So I started that one. It comes after football. So now I stopped playing football.
Yeah.
It gives me a bigger vision to pursue in that. So we want to grow like any other biggest brands. Because if you could see, Coca-Cola started first year, they sold how many bottles? 4 bottles a year.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So it gives you an inspiring story whereby if they can do, and how many bottles they're selling now in 5 seconds, you know, it's a lot. So it tells you that you can also do that if you believe in yourself. The most important thing is to convince yourself, like, you know what, I need to get to this path and I'll make it.
Yeah, that's great, Mr. Katsande. That's great. So, but then, Chief, I just want to ask you something. As an entrepreneur, do you have any qualifications?
No, like I said, remember the beginning of the show, like I was limited in terms of resources when I was growing up. My father died, my mom didn't even have a job, and I didn't further the education where I wanted to be in academics. So I just finished with matric. Then from there I said, you know what, let me just concentrate with football. That's the one thing I know best. So that's exactly what I just can say I have. But I didn't further my education where I was thinking when I was a kid, 7 years, like, you know, I need to go to school, I need to do A, B, C, D. Unfortunately, nature, when my father died, we didn't have anything.
Okay. But up to so far, based on what we have done so far, where do you want to see yourself actually?
No, I want to see my kids taking over this business, and they'll buy me a farm to stay in a farm, then they can run the business in the urban.
Okay. How many kids do you have?
I have 4.
You have 4 kids.
Yeah.
Boys or girls?
Boys.
All boys?
Yeah. Yeah.
How? Trainer exile.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sure you now know how to speak Sepedi since you live with the people from Limpopo. The only thing you know is Tomela.
No. I know a lot.
Can you just speak basics of Sepedi?
I know Hanyani.
Yeah.
I know Mabani.
Yeah.
I know Kopili. I know Dijo. I know Mosadi.
Yeah.
I know, yeah.
Okay, so but then
Nyanyaka, yeah.
Like
Nyanyaka, something like that, yeah. That's loving, right? I want
Nyanyaka.
Yeah, yes.
Okay,
Yes.
ngwana mogala.
Yes.
Batho ba bua ga separatori ngwana kgoshi ngwana mogala jwe. Wa di kwa tsona tšeo ba di bolela.
Yeah. You're too deep.
I'm too deep.
Yeah, you're too deep. I'm still trying to get the accent, but I know when they speak, especially in the meetings, they try to accommodate me with the English. Then I said, no, it's fine, you can continue, I can hear you.
Okay, Mr. Willard, this is something I like about you, Monet. There's something I love about you. My man, you have a beautiful woman, a beautiful wife. So I just want you to share with us the relationship you have with her. Can you simply describe the relationship you have with your beautiful wife? I forgot her name. You can even mention that name if you don't mind.
Yeah, her name is Bonga Katsande.
Bonga Katsande.
Yeah, so I think I can describe it as a friendship.
Yeah.
As a business partner.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm with her most of the times. We try, like I said, we have the business, so we'll be thinking about the designer, because she also she do have a degree in fashion. So basically she comes up with lots of ideas, you know, in terms of, so it's something, because me, I like dressing good, and she actually went to school for that. You know, we didn't know that we were gonna be working this hand to hand, so basically it's a blessing in disguise. But yeah, the relationship I have with her is she's my friend, she's my everything. Yeah, besides being my wife, she's somebody I share everything with, so she's my best friend.
She's also a main business partner on your businesses.
100%. We run the company. Like I said, I can't say we, because even besides me and her, we have a lot of people like Rama you mentioned, Tatenda, Kelvin, Nutando, Duncan from Botswana, Kuda, you know. So we've got lots of people. So we running this,
Which means your business is already growing because you mentioned the country in diaspora like Botswana, Congo.
Yes, we do get up, but we just want it to be even more powerful, more sounding there.
Then I'm sorry for taking you back. For a person in Botswana and Congo and Zimbabwe, if you want Bossy Mboka brand, how do you deliver in those countries?
Like I said, we put the WhatsApp numbers. They're gonna hit us on WhatsApp. We send it into the right people. They're gonna conduct in their countries.
But I think these days they introduced the method of couriers. We use that.
You see, yes, we do use it, but you know, some the courier we normally use PEP here around the country South Africa, but they won't go beyond borders. So beyond borders, we have different way like DHL, something like that. But like I said, we always try to connect them with these people. I cannot say them agent, these Bossy Mboka family members, so that every time we send things out of the country in bulk, so that wherever they are, they just contact them and get their merchandise.
We left with two questions, but then based on our relationship, there is something that I know which is a demons that sometimes occur in the relationships. So in South Africa, South African girls are so cruel and stubborn, and then I can tell you now that some of them, with their stubborn attitude, they sometimes text you. It might happen that some of them that texting you and inboxing you, calling you to ask you to fall in love with them. So how do you overcome that kind of sensical challenge?
Yeah, that's why the temptations are there out there in this world we are living. You just need to know exactly what you want, because you cannot just accept a girl just throwing themselves to you. Because what I was told when I was young, when actually in our black community, as a man you need to go and hunt for a wife, for a woman. When a woman comes to you, remember they come with a different agendas. So that one on its own is very, very dangerous. So you have to know that you have to play your cards right, because at the end of the day, I don't need to shoot myself in the foot, because I have a wife I call a friend and everything, and I think she offers everything I want as a man. So I feel like the most important thing is to give the respect back to her. So these things you just need to control yourself, because remember, when you are famous, you're vulnerable. So when you're vulnerable, you don't know whoever comes to you. Which, like I said, we have a brand. If imagine if I mess up with the brand and a girl goes out and say, no, I've this for Katsande and this and this, people start losing interest in your brand. So try to put your business first. When you wake up, I have my Bossy Mboka. How can I do to better it? And you're not gonna say, how can I do to destroy it? So those girls, they're part and parcel of mass destruction. They are there to destroy you. And remember, when you build these things, they were not there. They only just wanna be attached because there are good things coming out of it. So you just need to have a self-discipline. Yes, in this world, because you can't do that and to be vulnerable and allow the situation to take control.
That's great, Mr. Willard Katsande. I think you are a motivation to many people in South Africa, but not only in South Africa, but in diaspora. So your wife is the only mosquito that bites you. There is no other mosquito that is biting. So which is a nice thing. It's a nice thing. So then tell me, that's a question I just want to ask. I know maybe you are not familiar with those things. So, but I just want to ask you something and understand something also. Which political party are you voting in? Why are you voting that part in South Africa?
I don't have a political party. Me, I'm Bossy Mboka. Me, I'm Bossy Mboka. Bossy Mboka is not related to any political party. So Bossy and Boga is just a clothing line. So I don't have any political party like that's where my right arm is leaning. No, I don't have a political party. But my vote is my secret.
Yes.
If I'm allowed to vote, you understand?
Yes. Okay, that's good. So what kind of the message would you like to send to your fans and followers in the entire country of South Africa and the diaspora? What kind of the message you just want to send to those particularly the people in villages, in rural areas, those who want to see themselves living this kind of life you are living currently?
The message I need to give to each and everyone, especially those who are in rural and village, is don't stop believing. Don't stop dreaming.
Yeah.
Because if you are dreaming, means you are destined for something. If you don't have a dream, actually you're not on this earth. You're not living. So don't stop dreaming. I was once there in the village whereby everything I had to eat, I had to go and work, whether to fetch water, whether to go cut firewood, that kind of thing. So I was there. Look at me. If you are inspired by me, you can still be better than me.
Yeah.
So God will bless us, but He will bless us in different days. If He bless you today, doesn't necessarily he neglected me. Maybe my blessings are going to come after 5 years. So I mustn't stop working hard. I mustn't stop believing. The only mood I can say they can use is hard work.
Yeah.
So nothing beats hard work. Trust me, and God will reward hard work, because you cannot just sit in your room and say, God is gonna bless me. No, God will bless you because you are working very, very hard. So stay humble, work hard, keep praying. God will knock on your door. We don't know when. And the way I was also blessed by God is when Ajax says they don't want me anymore, and Chiefs were watching us playing a international game versus Zambia. Then boom, Bobby says, come. And it might be coming from Ajax, they don't want me, I'm coming to Chiefs. Because I never stopped believing. My story, let it inspire those who are in the role, especially the youth. Because without youth, there's no future.
That's great. Ladies and gentlemen, you were watching #Reality with Ashley. On Media Toddlers, we gave you our very own legendary soccer player by the name of Willard Katsande. We do hope that you learned a lot from him, as he said everything you maybe been willing to know about him. He shared the story of his relationship. He shared the story of his business. He shared the story of his journey as a soccer player. Make sure that you subscribe, you give us a thumb on that, and you also comment in terms of feedback, so that he also can see his fans and followers around the corner. So we thank you, Mr. Katsande. I do believe that people, they learned a lot from you. You motivated them. I really appreciate the moment you gave us, because it wasn't easy for me to get you, but finally you were here and you were part of this conversation. And I just want to also again thank and salute Rama Amos, because he made it easy for me to be able to be in contact with you.
For sure, if it wasn't him, I don't think I was going to be here. But you have to thank him, because it was easy access for him to get hold of me. But the most important thing, those are the good people I have around me. So I don't need to look back what's hunting me, because I know I've got good people following me.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.